Swagwik. I'm Mary Elijah from the Oneida Language and Cultural Center, and this is our second video in the series for teachers of Oneida language. We're trying to keep language teaching and learning fun and engaging, and everyone that's out there on the front line teaching Oneida language has something to contribute. So what you'll be seeing on the video series are the different language groups in the community and the teachers showing us their best practices. And that's what we're going to share with you today.
Siguro Swagwik, kanigiyos ta niyo gets. Wat niyan da niyo gitalod, onya ta aga niyo ko hanchot.
Hine Yahawi ni Waksanoda tahnu okwali ni gitalot kale gantu ungwe huwe ne jakwanto ne nakwaji.
These ayats. Oh gosh. So today we're going to show you a couple quick activities that you can do with your children to teach them in the language. Gonna dots the stako gos gos. Gonna dots the stako gos gos.
Gos gos ka? Ja, gos gos.
Katsa
Ja, gos gos.
Stako gos gos.
Oh.
Yo yane. Nate ni kamanoda gos gos yane. Nate ni kamanoda gos gos. Bachok. Nate ni kamanod. Yo yane. Yo yane. Bachok bachok bachok. Gonna dots the stako jikawisaki. Yo yane. Nate ni kamanoda jikawisaki. Yo yane. Sukalake. Slak nanda. Gonna dots the stako ganji. Yo yane. Nate ni kamanoda ganji. Nate ni kamanod. Glump glump glump. Yo yane. Sukalake. Slak nanda. Yo yane. Yo yane. Yo yane. Gos gos lak nan dasi.
Yes.
Kalau kena dots le gos setan. Oh ya ne. Osu kalage lak nan dasi jika wisaki.
Okay.
Oh ya ne. Sedi pula lak. Nanti ni kawan order jika wisaki. Yo ya ne. Yo ya ne. Osu kalage lak nan dasi ganji.
Goop. Goop.
Waduh kas lak nan dasi.
Oh, really cute. Wow.
Nanti ni kawan order ganji. Oh, blup blup. Nanti ni kawan order tik. Yo ya ne. Nanti tik.
Squish, squish.
Yo ya ne. So the activity that we shared with you today is something that we've been working on at home. Now initially she had to learn all of her animals first. So that's how we practiced at first, was me just naming them and her learning to recognize them. And then we would also do the animal sounds over and over and over, lots of repetition with that. So the next step was learning to tell her, once she has a good understanding of the animals and the sounds they make, it's really easy to increase the language exposure for her. So nate ni kawanoda hilhal. That means what kind of sound or what kind of words does a dog make. Oh, and of course our dog isn't in here. So, okay, we'll use Gayat Douglas as our goat. Nate ni kawanoda Gayat Douglas. Ba. Yo yane. So it's really easy for her to pick up that phrase because she already knows the sound it makes. And if you're introducing that statement for the first time, they should already know Gayat Douglas. They should already know it goes ba. So when you say Nate ni kawanoda Gayat Douglas for the first time to your child and they don't understand what you're saying, you make the sound yourself to make that connection for them. So ba waduhe Gayat Douglas. So that's the sound a goat makes. So we do a lot of repetition with that. And then we introduce the box. So taking things out of the box. So gana dots lagu means in the box. Stako means take it out of the box. You take it out. Gana dots lagu stako gos gos. Gos gos.
Gos gos ka neka ik. Ja. Thank you, got ganji. Gatsa nang gos.
Yeah.
Yeah? Gos.
Stako goskos.
Oh!
It was a build up from just learning the animal's name, the sound that they make, and then putting sentences to that, complete sentences to that, taking things out of the box, putting things in the box, sticking things on. We use the fridge at home, gako wistot. So I say gako wistotago, gako wistota slatnandakt. So put it on the fridge. Stick it on the fridge, slatnandakt, because these are magnets, so they stick. Gako wistota slatnandasi. So take it off of the fridge or unstick it from the fridge. Kalat sedan. So you put it back, put it in the box. So if you know all of your animals in Oneida, then you can start this, you can build up to this step by step. Just practice the names. Nate ni kaik, nate ni kawanoda, John Huskolot. And then you have Stako, Sedan, Slatnandakt, Slatnandasi. Technique.
Sigoli hine Yahawi ni Waksanoda Hokale Okwali ni Wagitalot. So the activity that I have is going to be the song If You're Happy and You Know It in the language. But the gelato awadu okiadalo nen ogusa. So awadu ka asyadu ogusa. Kan no? Katsa kaya. Slaga uska. Oni guanta, okay. Ang glago nen holuya, okay? So, go. Okay?
Okay.
Go dejadalu deo twe noon. Nen sagat deo twe noon. Yoyane. Kalek niwa deo twe noon. And this guy got ogusa. Kaiga and Hogal, the Jadalu, Hogal. Ka Onhyusa, Nega, Kale Osa. Aha. Nothing that ne. Lotsanun. So that Ize Satsanun, Desa Jalek. Desa Jalek. Yo yane. Dat Satsanuni Desa Jalek. Dat Satsanuni Desa Jalek. Dat Satsanuni Desa Jalek. Yo yane. Feels like you're not right in my face. Uh-huh. No. Oh, Kiadalo. Usually I'll do this with 5 emotions. So there'll be happy, mad, sad, sleepy, and silly. Walahunji. Kajin walahunji asats. Kala deja dalu. Yo yane. Then osaka datani on hus. Ha. Kala hogal. Yo yane. Kala hogal. Deo tweet noon. Kala guana deo tweet noon. Then hogusa. Yo yane. Walahunji. Kajin walahunji asats. Kala deja dalu. Yo yane. Then osaka datani on hus. Ha. Kala hogal. Yo yane. Kala hogal. Deo tweet noon. Kala guana deo tweet noon. Then hogusa. No yane.
Yo goji wis lola no. So thank you for watching us today, and we hope that you enjoyed the activities that we brought to you, and we're hoping that in the future we're going to be able to bring more activities for our Oneida families and our Oneida children. If you have any more questions on the work that we're doing, you can call the Language Center here and they'll put you in touch with us.
Rebecca Niyugets. Hi, my name's Rebecca and I work at the Language and Cultural Center in Oneida. I am a language teacher and I also help develop curriculum and other resources. Today I'm going through some activities that I like to use with adult language learners, but it could also be applied to intermediate or high school students. So in person, we would use a dice that we throw around to each person, and you can either use it to ask a specific set of questions or number of questions. So we're just gonna do an example of the dice activity. So I have a list of questions here, and depending on the number that the student rolls, that's the question that I'll ask them. So Olive, Zainu, Yayak, Nate ne yun dajat sanoha.
Lydia ne yun dajat sque agnon hako.
Nate ne yun dajat sasot.
Oh, Josephine. Josephine ne yundajat sque aksot. Go.
Yun. So 6. Olive, Nate ne yun dajat sanoha.
Lydia ne yun dajat sque agnon hako.
Mary, Nate ni zayats.
Mary ne yundajat.
Ni yun gets.
Ni yundajat, yeah. Mary ne yundajat.
Oh, let's ask another one. Olive, Nate ne luayats yasot.
Levi ne luayat sque laksotko.
And that's an example of our dice activity here.
Sigoli, Maureen Smith Neungetz. I'm a French second language and modern language teacher, and I've been asked by the Oneida Language and Cultural Center to share with you what I'm observing in these video clips that represent effective language teaching, as well as moments where you can see examples of the action-oriented approach. So let's have a look. What is the action-oriented approach? Elements of this would be that the teacher speaks in the language, they plan a series of action tasks that are related to a snapshot of a real-life lived experience. For example, when they do the action tasks, the students might begin by hearing or reading a message that would occur in that situation. Only the key vocabulary and the language structures required for that situation would be learned and used. The action task also builds on the existing social and cultural knowledge of their own lives, and it reminds them to use the same learning strategies they used when they were learning the language that they now speak fluently at home, at school, at work, and in the community.
Ganudotsa kung stako jikawisaki. Oh, yan eh. Natin ni kawanoda jikawisaki. Oh, yan eh. Usuka lake. Slatnanda.
In the first clip, the small number of words being introduced are being rehearsed in the form of a game. Notice how the entire lesson is taught in the language, and Ganikanolu is actively listening, searching out to make meaning, and mostly understanding the messages given to her. Therefore, she experiences the task with success.
Sinados. Oh, yan eh.
Notice how the teacher uses slower speech, gestures, and uses repetition to reinforce new phrases, key questions and words, and the vocabulary is supported with objects. She provides opportunities for lots of practice of these key words, and her colleague supports the child's understanding with familiar gestures and facial expressions. Most importantly, everybody's having a lot of fun.
Ize satsanun desa jalek. Desa jalek. Yo yane. Da satsanuni desa jalek.
While the content of this lesson is slightly different, the same strategies are being used. Notice how the teacher helps Ganikanulu to understand the lyrics of the song. She uses visual clues, she uses drawings and gestures to support the learning experience. Even when the learning stops, she starts to sing the song again because she's having fun. So you can see here that the same strategies can be used with adolescents and adult learners. It's important for them to recognize that the activities they're doing represent a real life situation in their language learning moments.
Daisy Nay and Dajets.
In this example, the beginning language learner is practicing asking and answering questions. The game offers ample opportunities for everyone to speak. It's a risk-free, fun rehearsal of learned words and phrases, and they know instantly that they have been successful in their communication when they ask the question and another person responds to it.
Tuwini ni atit ni kwatro jakong ko ni nakong ko ho neget wa lunk. Neget ikuntili wanonta na tuni ni atia etili honya kala honya atia etia taken ha. Haundu haya ko dili honya la diksa sa kata dik bici ni twa wanota na tenis ni kong lota.
Toki ko ni atit. Ko dili honya ne het. Noksi waskia ja ne saa glagum hastaan ni ne saa ko dien tehtäne.
When you get your fun, here's Juani go home, you do one order. Then you never go to Honia, when you get Tony Nango, they started you had nothing you had.
We're here to help anybody that wants to learn. We're trying to use good minds all the time. And we're happy to see anybody come in through the doors here to want to learn the language. So all they got to do is ask.
Sakoli, my name is Olive Elm, and I have a message for the speakers. And one of the words is encouragement. In English, it's only one word, but in Oneida, it's a phrase. And this will kind of explain what I'm trying to say. And it's encouragement. It's encouraging. This is the elder. Encourage all these young people that's teaching. And the phrase is Wa'wah lejalung. Wa'wah lejalung. Wa'wah lejalung. Me as the elder, I could say Wa'kung leja. Wa'kung leja. Wa'kung leja. Nok kaik. Just muska. Wa'kung leja. Nok ji'wadung. You can also say Wa'wah leja. Could be neneonan everybody. And it could be 3 or more elders that's teaching this one word, Wa'wah leja. Kan waloksta, the elder. Wa'wah leja. Hakwek. Wa'wah leja. Kale. Wadong kilo. Elder. Wa'kung leja. Kwanok kaik. Wa'kung leja. Wa'kung leja lung kaik. Thank you for listening. And I'll say this phrase one more time because it's very important for the teachers. Wa'wah leja lung. We encourage all you teachers